Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Christopher here. Thanks for joining me. This video is going to be a bit of an interesting one actually. As you've probably read the title, it's basically my hatred for the supposed genre reggaeton. Just before we start the video, I just want to remind you guys, please subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so if you could really help me out with that, I'd massively appreciate it. And of course, please let me know your thoughts and opinions on this topic and subject down in the comments below. I love to get the conversation rolling. So anyway, let's get cracking. Reggaeton. To give you guys a little bit of a background, the reason this topic has kind of been a bit of a hard hitter for me is because I currently live in Spain, where the genre reggaeton is a very centrifugal part of the culture here. Not so much in the sense that flamenco is or was, it's everywhere. You cannot escape reggaeton here. Every shop that you go into, reggaeton is played. Every bar you walk into, reggaeton is played. Every club, everywhere. There's reggaeton everywhere. You hear it blaring out of cars. Over the years, my life has been infiltrated by this genre of music. I now live in the countryside, which gave me a little bit of respite. But whenever I venture back into town or the city or whatever, yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah, so whenever I venture back into town, it's everywhere I go, and it pains me. It's the worst possible genre of music in the entire world, and I'm going to demonstrate this to you today in a very clear and simple way that everyone can understand. Yeah, let's go back to basics. Reggaeton, to the best of my knowledge, it's a subgenre of music that originated in Latin America back in, I think it was in the 90s, and it sort of takes on a fusion of sort of like a salsa beat, and obviously it's infused with like R&B, hip hop and other sort of Latin themes of music. However popular it was back then, I really don't know, nor do I care. It's just that, like I said, now it seems to be taking over the entire Spanish speaking community, particularly with the younger generation, which I find is a bit of an upset. It's really quite sad because, and I'm going to explain this as the video goes on, as to why a musical genre like reggaeton has no substance or meaning or even any sort of musically viable qualities to it. So what we're going to do, and this is just something I thought of the top of my head, is we're going to look at the top 40 in Spain. So for those of you who don't know what the top 40 is, in the UK we have the top 40 UK charts. So every Sunday, Radio 1 I believe used to do it. It's basically the top 40 charts of that particular week. Spain has its own equivalent. This is the best website I could find where I could actually see a list. I'm going to put it on the screen just now. So let's just have a wee look. Okay. So yeah, obviously we can see our list here. We have the top 40 in Spain. Okay. Various different artists, and I've only listened to a couple of these, but I'm quite upset to find that almost 90% of the tracks on this top 40 list are all reggaeton. So where's the variance, you know, and where's the differentials? There's none, and I'll explain to you. So let's go for the first track, okay? Calladita, Bad Bunny, okay? So let's have a little listen. And you'll see what I mean. You'll see exactly what I mean. You know, it's just, it's shockingly bad, okay? So let's play. And obviously we're not going to listen to the entire song. I'm going to fast forward it, okay? Just so I can give you the main part of the song. Okay, so that is number 1 on the Spanish top 40. Can you believe it? I mean, I know the Spanish are creative, but come on. Number 2, Millonaria by Rosalia. It may be reggaeton, it might not be, but let's just have a look. This is just to give you an idea, yeah? Right, not reggaeton, it's a sort of Latin Spanish themed song, which is fine. Shawn Mendes, let's have a look here. And Camila Cabello, Señorita. Right, it's a decent song, not bad. But let's go to number 4. Otro Trago by Sech and Darrow. Okay. Fast forward it. Oh, reggaeton. Let's check out number 5, Soltera, Daddy Yankee. We know this is going to be reggaeton. We know this is going to be reggaeton. Let's fast forward it. Terrible. And let's check out this other one, J Balvin and Bad Bunny, Que Pretendes? That You Pretend is the rough translation. Okay, let's check out number 8, Loco Contigo, Crazy With You, by, yet again, Daddy Yankee. I wonder if this will be reggaeton. Let's have a look. If it loads. Shall we try just one more, yeah? Just the next one on the list. Why not? Why the hell not? Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys are all getting the idea now, yeah? You're all getting the idea. So let's play the next song. Right, so let's just recap here and summarise. Out of the 8 songs that we went through, 6 of them sounded the exact same. Okay, so do you see where I'm coming from here? Reggaeton, yes, it is a genre, but if you listen to those 6 songs, they all sound the exact same. Now, for me, the defining features of reggaeton is firstly that beat, that okay. Secondly is the vocals. Very digital, very auto-tuned, heavily processed, almost slightly robotic. Nobody sings like that naturally. Nobody sings like that in real life. So how can you pass that off as talent? And then thirdly is the lyrics, okay? Now, just to give you an idea, let's have a look at the lyrics. Yeah, let's have a look at the lyric for this song, okay? So we're going to go back onto Google. Right, so let's go through the lyrics. She went to bed early, tomorrow has to study. Her little ass, she has a little ass, but in short, she is not facing. That makes no sense. But the sex is daring, I know. Marijuana and alcohol, enjoying life as it is. So, can anyone please tell me if that is the lyrics of a creative lyric writer or a creative lyricist? All these reggaeton songs have the exact same sort of context. It's always about a woman, yeah, and it's always about, you know, love and sex to a certain degree, but there's no romanticism in it. It's all very, very blunt, yeah, and quite vulgar, to be honest with you. And the lyrics are just very repetitive, you know. I missed her, she never answered my call, I think about her all day. And then they add down little stupid things like, I'm going to get drunk tonight to try and forget about her. These lyrics all follow the same pattern and the same trend, and this is what reggaeton is, okay? Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not too sure. Don't get me wrong, the beat, yeah, it's catchy, but when you have the top 40 of a country, yeah, being Spain, I haven't checked any of the other Spanish-speaking countries. I'd imagine Mexico, Puerto Rico, all these Latin American countries are probably the same, but when you have the top 40 and you have 6 out of the 8 songs that we've listened to are all more or less the exact same, yeah, same sort of lyrics, same beat, no actual melodies and that robotic drony voice, how can you possibly say that your country has great taste in music? Because it doesn't. And I know how terrible the music is back home. I know how terrible the music is back in America. It's just all R&B, hip hop and rap. It's shit. But at the very least, if you listen to the top 40 in America, every song is going to sound more or less quite different and quite unique, yeah? But in Spain, that is not the case. So that is just to summarise how terrible reggaeton is and how infiltrated it's become in Spanish culture. And I feel so sorry for the youngsters nowadays because this is the music that they are listening to. And I think the lyrics in this music sort of fill their head with all these really vulgar and nonsensical ideas. To be quite honest, I fucking hate it. I hate it. Reggaeton is the absolute worst genre of music in the entire world. It's not creative. There is no artistic creativity in reggaeton. Take a look at Daddy Yankee, right? I think there was like 2 or 3 of his songs on that top 40 list. How can somebody churn out 3 songs in the space of a month or a few weeks? Because it's all repetitive nonsense crap, yeah? He's probably got the beats saved on his computer as like generic reggaeton beat, and then it takes like 10 minutes to write a shitty song with nonsensical lyrics. And it really doesn't matter how he sings it either, because he's auto-tuned. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's basically why I hate reggaeton, guys. Please let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Why reggaeton is for you, or why reggaeton is not for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, some people might think the music I listen to is shit, but for me, at the very, very least, at least it has variance and it has substance to it. Reggaeton quite simply does not, and I'm really, really sorry to say, but as a general closing note, these reggaeton artists, they are not creative in the slightest. They are not creative. They have no creativity, zero creativity. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching this video. Please remember to hit subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Pop your comments down in the section below. Get a little conversation started, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheerio.